got us, and we got a bunch of guests today, and we're starting off strong right out the gate. He's got some fight news on the horizon, and we'll talk about more about it. I'll let him do the talking, but Cody Law in the building. What's happening, Cody?
How you guys doing?
Good. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too. How you been?
Good. I'm getting a little better every day. I'll be back in the gym soon, for sure.
Yeah, the knee still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long recovery.
AT&T fam up in this. So, it's been a while, Cody. I was checking out some of, your history and long break with that thumb surgery. How you been feeling since?
Yeah, I've been feeling good. It's been longer than expected, right?
Yeah.
They told me like 6 weeks. So in my head, like I think probably L2, all fighters, you think, okay, at week 7, I'll be ready to schedule a fight.
Right.
But it didn't turn out like that, right? It took some extra rehab and, kind of a long road, but I've been able to train for the last maybe 5 or 6 months pretty decently. So I'm ready.
Nice. Where do you train when you're not at ATT?
I'm in Pittsburgh.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm from. So it's a nice situation.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Pennsylvania. That's quite the accent. That is quite the accent in Pennsylvania. Or am I thinking Philly?
Accent. Do I have an accent?
No, you don't. But I'm thinking, like, I feel like I've met people from Pennsylvania, and I'm like, well, that is quite the accent. I think I might be thinking of Philly. Yeah. So what actually happened to your thumb that required surgery?
Yeah, the first 5 seconds of the fight, I parried a front kick, and I bent it backwards and shattered the joint.
Oh my gosh!
Five breaks in the joint, 5 pins. It was destroyed. And I thought I just stoved it. Like I thought maybe in the first round he shot and I jammed it. So like in the first round on the stool in between rounds, I told like my coach, I was like, I think I stoved my thumb, kind of had that like football, like you missed a football.
Right.
Kind of.
Oh yeah.
Then we took the gloves off after the fight and it was just like, I have this video of my whole palm is black and it's just a big tennis ball.
Oh God. And to have that happen so early on too. Oh
yeah.
Did adrenaline help you with that one?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it sounds really tough, but I didn't even feel it.
Right. It was the day after or 2 days after.
Yeah, the day after, even that night, it was like I had no thumb. Like I couldn't text anybody back. I couldn't do anything.
Let's see it. How's it looking now?
It looks fine now. I think it's probably.
Check it out.
Hey.
Can't even tell which hand it was.
Yeah, you'd never know. Just like a good little scar there.
Oh, damn. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing better, especially with the fight news that just broke recently. Your last fight was Bellator. Now we're switching gears. We're going to PFL. How do we feel about the merger, if you will?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it's my first time with PFL, my first time on ESPN, and I'll have like a second major organization on my resume, which is nice. No elbows kind of sucks. As a top guy, that's kind of makes things harder, but it might be a good experience for me, make me a little bit better at ground and pound when I can use elbows in the future.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever really agreed with that rule. Elle, what are your thoughts on that one? No elbows.
I understand it in like certain scenarios. Like if you're in a tournament style fight, I understand not doing elbows, for example, because you don't want guys that are going to fight again 6 weeks later to get a massive cut if you can prevent that,
Right. Okay.
About, like I feel like outside of that, there's really not many places for no elbows. Like I think that's the one exception in my opinion.
Right. Totally agree.
He's nice. Right, everybody say bye to Caesar. He's gonna
bye, Caesar. We tried.
No way.
But being able to say, first time fighting for ESPN, first time back in a little bit, maybe some butterflies, probably mostly excitement. How are you dealing with all those emotions at once?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of it's a weird thing for me lately. It's been kind of difficult not fighting for so long because that's kind of who I am. It's my purpose, I feel like. But I've been kind of having this thought in my head that I'm going to get a short notice call and then I'm going to take it. And I've been kind of trying to live my life a little bit more like so what-esque, where it's like, whatever happens, happens. And then I get this call and they tell me, hey, you got 3 weeks. You want this fight? And I was like, yeah, this is the perfect sort of encapsulation of what I've been trying to live like. I stopped wearing the whoop strap and I stopped measuring all the crazy stuff. And I'm just trying to kind of enjoy my life a little bit more and just live. And so I like this, that it's short notice and that I can just go in there and let it fly and see what happens.
I love that mentality because I have always been kind of anti-tracking. Like, I feel like too much data is like, it distracts me. It starts getting me emotional. How has your mental game changed since you've kind of unplugged with things like the Whoop and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think I'm a lot more resilient now. I think wearing all that stuff was great. I'm kind of a planner when it comes to training. I love to see things get better, but I also believe a lot in like the power of your mind. And I think you wake up on a day and it tells you that you're not recovered, and you can believe it so much that your body starts to show it, even if you don't have problems. I think it can create problems. So, but where now I feel like, hey, if I have to get up super early one day and I'm really tired, so what? If I slip and fall and I end up in a mounted guillotine, so what? Fight out of it, So I think it's helped me a lot.
Full send attitude, just full send.
Yeah.
So are you in Pennsylvania now? Is that where you're training for this full camp? Are you going to be in Florida at all, or?
Not for this one. I felt like it was just a little too close to get a ticket, get an Airbnb, fly down just for like 2 weeks.
Plan everything out. Yeah.
Too much, I talked to Mike and we decided it would be fine if I just stayed here.
Is he still going to come out and corner you for this fight?
No, he already has somebody for that UFC card.
No, yeah.
This will be my first one.
He's a busy guy.
It's my first one in like 8 fights, maybe.
Wow. Wow. Who will be cornering you this time?
Isaac Greeley, Philip Amaris, and then I have a old UPJ alumni where I wrestled in college. He's a national champion as well. He's going to be out there anyway, so he's going to corner me.
That's awesome.
Cool.
So guys, you're used to having around already.
Yeah, basically like my brothers. So
that's so great. Yeah. That's so important because it's like to not have your coach after 8 fights. At least you got people that you trust and that will take care of you. Congrats apparently are in order. Dave Van Auken coming in hot. You recently got engaged?
Yep, thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome. When's the wedding? Do you know yet?
November 1st of next year. So
I got married in November as well. And let me
too.
tell you, no way. November team, let's freaking go. I will tell you right now, I had one of the best days in November. So I'm giving you all the juju. It was like, so are you going to get married in Pennsylvania? Where are you thinking?
Yeah. Yep, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the weather like there?
It'll be cold in November.
Okay.
Better than sweating in a suit.
Totally. Okay. So that's what I was going to say. Cause I'm in New England. I live in Rhode Island. We got married in Mass, but we got like a 65-degree day. It was perfect. Like foliage was,
I was
it's great.
freezing.
Were you really?
I had just gotten used to the Florida weather too, because we had already planned our wedding before we moved to Florida. So I spent almost a year in Florida and then went back to a Missouri winter for my wedding, and I was so cold.
Oh, dude.
It was poorly planned for sure.
Congratulations, though. That's so exciting. How long have you two been together?
About a year and a half.
All right. Making moves, getting married, getting fights. Let's go. Here for it. Our buddy Joe with a great question. Is he a collegiate wrestler? How important does he feel wrestling is since you cannot throw elbows?
Yeah, I think it's just as important. It's just it's a little bit harder, right? Whenever you're MMA wrestling, guys are going to grab the gloves a lot, and so it's easier to roll an elbow, where it's a little bit harder to ground and pound with your fists. But you can still do jiu-jitsu, still take the back. So that's where my head's at with it.
Yeah, do you feel like it? Oh, go ahead, Maddie.
No, go ahead, El.
Do you feel like it's harder to open up opportunities for submissions without being able to elbow on the ground?
Not really, because in practice, I never elbow, right? So I'm used to the submissions that I'm used to getting are got without any strikes, right? So
I like that idea. You don't practice it, so why, it doesn't change much. I think that's a good question kind of to piggyback off of it. So my gym deals with a lot of amateurs and a lot of people starting out, and they get really excited about new weapons, right? So elbows, spinning shit, knees, whatever. Do you have any recommendations on the best way to kind of train new skills safely?
Play sparring probably.
Mm,
If you're good at that. It's kind of funny. Like when I first started, I wanted to do like the spinning kicks. I love that stuff.
right.
And the older I get and the more experience I get, the more I'm just like going to practice and throw 1-2s
Yeah.
and low kicks, and that's pretty much it. So I guess if you're up and comer listening, I think that if you want to jump ahead, just practice 1-2s and low kicks.
Yeah, I mean, what's the saying? Basics wins fights anyway. So the
Yeah.
spinning stuff's fun, but basics definitely win fights.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to show my back in a fight. I'm not good enough at spinning shit to be giving people my back.
Yeah, you better do the scramble.
Yeah, no. Well, Valentina Shevchenko, perfect example. Went to go spin. Alexa Grasso was like, absolutely not. Here we go.
She spins all the time. That's
I know.
a huge piece of
I
her
know.
game, and it still happens.
I know. I actually took I've taken 2 seminars from her now.
Really?
And she was going over that, and I was like, I'm never gonna use this, but this is super fun. Like, thanks. But Cody Law, thank you for joining us. I know you're a busy guy, but before we let you go, any final thoughts about August 2nd, PFL Nashville? Anything to say?
Nope, just tune in. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be
Just
fun.
ready to rock, baby.
Love it.
Where I apologize for not knowing this in advance, but where can people watch this? ESPN, right?
Yeah.
ESPN, ESPN Plus.
Should be both, yeah.
Beautiful.
And
August
Dave
2nd.
and I will be there too.
That's
So
right.
Yeah.
Ellen Dave will be in the building.
Thanks. Is Grant coming?
Probably not, because then
No.
we'll have to find something to do with the dogs. And Grant, I think Grant's all traveled out for the summer.
Right, because you guys just got back from a nice little
We
trip.
went on one vacation. He's like, all right, I'm good. I'm home.
Nice.
And I
That's
think
awesome.
he may have a fight, possibly. So
Let's go. I'm going to bother you about that later. We may have to talk more about it. But Cody, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck August 2nd. You don't need any luck, so good skills.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right,
Thanks,
we'll talk
Cody.
to you soon, man.
All right, have a good one.